Good evening, and welcome to SHEA Show Real Talk, where the talk is real. All right, let's get to it. We are living in some very, very dangerous times, and I don't think people actually really see what's going on. I really don't. Because I guess it's just so immune to this bullshit that's happening every day, all this crime, and you look on Facebook and you see Pooquisha and Pookie them, they fighting over nothing, and you got other people trying to go in and take over somebody else's shit. It's just this overall mindset is killing the major cities, and what's going to happen is somebody gonna get smart one day because the prison system is so overcrowded with all these stupid motherfuckers. Just, oh my God, I never seen a bunch of stupid motherfuckers in my life. And we, the taxpayer, is paying for all this shit. You pay something like I think it's something stupid like $30,000-$40,000 an inmate with taxpayer money to take care of these motherfuckers, so they can sit there and play domino, whatever the fuck they do. Some people just jail is home, and they're used to that shit. So what's going to happen is you're just going to have all the major cities is going to turn into like lawless towns. I believe that. I really do. I might not be here to see it, but if it's not some type of control on this shit, all major cities going to turn into lawless towns. It's going to be like Tombstone, where that guy said, the only law here is the cowboys. These motherfuckers running around with wearing these sashes. But at the same time, they could do what they want to do. They can kill who they want to, but people still recognize them as the law. They kept things in some type of order and still was still able to control shit at the same time. So what's going to happen is this. Well, here's my solution when that happens. The smart people who's left, who didn't get caught up in that shit, they're going to find a way to create some type of law while all these stupid motherfuckers doing all this crazy shit, and put a fence around the city of fucking Detroit, around the city of Chicago and Camden, New Jersey. I mean, St. Louis. Boy, these motherfuckers doing all this crazy shit and just killing each other at a alarming rate. I say fence them in. Fence it in. And this is how you solve that shit. Well, you say, shit, that's going to be like prison overcrowding again, ain't it? No. Because if you put a fence around a big major city like this with all that mayhem going on, it's going to equal itself out. Because guess what? Pooquisha and them going to always want to be fucking. Pookie and them going to always do it. And they're going to have these damn kids. They're going to grow up and be like them and not know shit. So what happens is when they start killing each other and these kids are still being born, it's going to balance itself out. So that way you can always keep a motherfucker in check in this city, because this city is now a jail. Now, they doing all that shit. They're controlling their destiny at this point. They're what's the word I'm looking for? It's not crowd control, but you know what I'm saying. They control this. They can, and it's so sad because they don't fucking see it. But I see it, and I don't think I'm going to be here to see it, but it'd be interesting. Maybe someday somebody going to be talking about this video and say, God damn, this motherfucker had vision. And I'm telling you, I hate to say that. I really do, but that's what I feel, because you got all these kids fighting over nothing. Look on Facebook. Look at some of the shit I post. I post that shit just because I don't want to just post it because it's Facebook. I'm posting this shit to send a fucking message to everybody. Look what's going on. Look what's going on. Yeah, you see it, but I'm going to throw it in your fucking face. I want you to see what's going on. If something's not done right now with this generation right now, oh, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. Something has to be done, but I tell you what, somebody's going to have to make the conscious effort to say, I'm tired of being stupid. I'm tired of raising the stupid motherfucker. I'm tired of fucking with Pookie, who walking around with his pants hanging down with a railroad track down his shit, and they hold their hands walking down the street. Oh my God. I told my daughters a long time ago, don't you ever Ever bring no motherfucker around me with his pants down and all that shit, because somebody gonna get embarrassed. I ain't that kind of fucking parent. They knew I was serious. My daughter's first baby daddy, when I first met that motherfucker, I said, oh no, this can't do. This can't do. I mean, I didn't like the guy. I mean, just straight up. I just seen a father's instincts kick in. You see things when your kids don't see things. And as the years went by, she said, you know what, I realized I get it now. I get it. I was just young. You know, and everybody's entitled to a mistake. You know, it's when you don't do nothing about the mistake and keep making the same fucking mistake, it's when it be a fucking problem. And that's what's going on in these communities right now. Everybody fucking, but nobody taking care of no damn Bible. Everybody want to fuck. There's young people. There's responsibility to fucking. I like to. I'm keeping it real. I like to fuck like the next person. I really do. I said, but you have to be responsible. Be a responsible fucker. How about that? I know that. Well, you know what I'm talking about. Be responsible with your shit. Don't let this motherfucker say, well, I don't want to wear no rubber because it don't feel the same. Bullshit. But, oh, you feel it. You got it. You up in it. You up in it. So don't let them come up with that. If they want that, make them wear something. If you know you're not ready to be a mother, if you know you're not ready to give up your Chihuahua lifestyle, you make Pookie put something on, because you see how Pookie's laying. You know he's not going to be there with you. He fucking with Antoinette over there. And you know that already. That's your girl. So you know this motherfucker ain't shit. So why lay down with somebody that you know ain't shit? That doesn't make any sense. So it starts with you. Excuse me. All the kids that's in this world right now that didn't ask to be here, just misled and walking in the walls, don't know what the fuck they doing because they had no guidance. Let's stop that. We can stop that shit right now with a rubber. With a rubber, we can fix that shit right now. And then when you decide you want to be with somebody, when your life changed and you want to make certain that you know that your lifestyle is over. I'm not about the street no more. I really want to settle down. I want a fucking family. That wild shit's behind me. Pookie is in jail, and Peanut is dead and shit. Everybody gone. You know. So, and you decide you want to make a change for you. And at that point, then take out some time to learn this person. Go old school. Some of you old heads in here, you know what I'm talking about. Sometimes you couldn't get no on the first damn night. Back in the day, old school, they made you work for that shit. They made you work. If you want, you gonna work for it. That's how the real woman was. Real women back then didn't just lay down with any fucking body. They made you work for it. Whether it came in the form of a dinner or a fucking movie and holding hands for 3 times, whatever it was, you work for it. It wasn't going to come easy to you. It wasn't. Let me tell you this quick story. Every time I tell you guys these stories, I mean, I just pick back in my life, and it was something. A long time ago, I think it was 19, 20, somewhere around there. And I met this girl, this white girl named Crystal, and met her at the club. And we just clicked that night. We just started talking, and we just clicked. And we just, for the whole night, we stayed together in this club, just talking about life and just about every fucking thing. I just found it very fucking interesting. I really did. And so, here's 2 o'clock. Bar getting ready to close down. BJ's Mardi Gras. And she said, "What you doing?" I said, "Well, shit, I guess I'm just going home, and that's it." But you know, she said, "Well, if you want to, if it's not too late for you, you can come to my house." I'm like, "Bet, all right, cool. Just go back to your house." Well, we went back to her house, and she stayed downstairs. She said, "Well, I wanted to let you meet my mother." I said, "Your mother?" She said, "Yeah, my mother lives upstairs. It's a 2-family flat. My mother lives upstairs." I said, "No, I don't think that's a good idea. I mean, it's like 2:30 in the morning, you know, and we're going up the back stairs to your mother's place, and she could be asleep. So well, I don't know, she might be asleep. I just want you to meet her. I said, well, it's still not going to look right. She said, what you talking about? I said, I mean, damn, it's 2:30 in the morning, and your mother opened her eyes and see a black man standing over her daughter and shit like, she gonna think y'all being fucking robbed, right? She said, oh, no, my mother ain't like that. My mother ain't like that. I said, okay. Her mother was in there. Her mother didn't like me off rip. I don't know what it was. Her mother just like, who are you? What's your name? So how you know my daughter? And I'm trying to be all nice. I said, well, just met her at the club tonight. She invited me over. Just that was it. And she wanted me to meet you. I thought it was kind of respectful of her to want me to meet her moms. And I came like that. But still, it's like 2:30 in the morning, blah, blah, blah. And she was giving me the hardest time. I said, oh, my God, this woman's a racist. I felt it, right? And out of the back, here come this brother. This brother sits down. Hey, how you doing, brother? I said, how you doing? And she said, the mother said, this my man. I said, oh, shit, dark chocolate and shit, okay. She went to the dark side. And so I'm looking at this, this little guy made me feel a little bit calm. He told her to calm down. I had calmed down. My man seemed pretty cool, blah, 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 right? So we sitting there just talking and shit. And so she told her mother, well, we're getting ready to go back downstairs. Good night. And I told the mother, good night. I told the guy, good night. We went downstairs. Well, got all washed up, right? Check this shit out. This is old school shit. And after she washed up and I washed up, and I know she took her clothes off. She took her clothes off. I said, oh, shit, it's going down. She took her clothes off and shit. So, whoop. I like shit, like Aquaman. I pulled my shit off just like, whoop. Like one swoop and shit, everything from fucking the head, from the shirt down to the pants, the undershirt. Like I just grabbed one thing and then it all just come down, right? Shit, I'm ready, right? So she jumped in the bed. I jumped in bed. She said, okay, good night. I said to myself, good night. You got your motherfucking mind. No, good night, it will be. And so I tried to turn over and said, hey, trying to do that slick thing. She said, no. I said, no? What you mean, no? She said, I didn't invite you over here for that. Really? I mean, you brought me home to meet your mother, and it's like 2:30 in the freaking morning. We're downstairs. You take your clothes off. I mean, everything. You jump into bed. I took my shit off. I just assumed. She said, well, you shouldn't do that. She said, I sleep like this. This is how I sleep. I didn't invite you over here for that. So if that's what you come for, she said, then maybe you should leave. I said, oh, shit, she real. I said, she gonna make me work for this. And like I said, I went on to sleep. I said, all right, good night. Like that, she said, you okay? I said, yeah, I'm all right. She said, you upset, ain't you? I said, no, of course not. What the fuck I gotta be upset for? I'm just like, I'm trying to sleep. I'm just, good night. Just go to sleep. And she said, no, you are upset. I said, no, I'm not upset. But since you want to talk about it, I'm just saying that I just assumed that what was going to happen because you took your clothes off and stuff. Just like, I had my clothes off. You didn't say don't take your clothes off. Was I not right to assume? She said, well, you just assumed the wrong thing. I said, well, you know what? We're back where we started off. Good night. See, I'm not even going to go. I know already it ain't going down. So ain't no sense in talking no more, right? Because the talking is just going to turn into a long-ass argument and shit, just like, Anyway, I said, let me go ahead, let me just call this a night. But, we started seeing each other for a while. And we actually end up being together. We end up being together. And I don't think it lasted because her mother, for whatever reason, her mother just did not like me. I don't know why. I didn't do anything to make her feel any type of way. I didn't. I handled everything with respect. Whenever I seen her, I always spoke and how you doing, and I'm going to the store. Would you like something? Or I call you, bring you something to the house. You need something while I'm out. I did the whole 9 yards, but no matter what it was I did, it just wasn't enough. So that ended because of that. So it's all good. But that's one of my stories, and about the old school stuff. But it took time, girls. It took time. You don't get nobody your shit the first night. You just don't do it. Not nowadays. You just don't do it. Because a man figures like this. If you can go ahead and fuck him tonight, he just met you and shit, he's not really going to have any respect for you. He's not. Why would he fucking respect you if you laid down with him? You just met him. So you think you're doing something because you think you want something, but think about it. That guy don't think nothing about you either. Nothing. He don't respect you. He's not going to be with you. You're going to always be a side piece. You're going to always be a side piece because you give yourself up so easy. I'm saying don't do that. Make a man work for it. I mean, if he's worthy of it, if you think he's worthy of it, if he will wait. He will take his time. He won't fucking rush you. He'll let you do what you got to do in your time. If it happens, it happens. That's the way it's supposed to be. And if he can't wait and want to be all impatient and shit, then that's not the man for you. You want somebody that you can respect and they can respect you, and so you can have a long relationship, then you'll know how your relationship started. It started on solid ground. And so you should be able to finish on solid ground. Me and my wife was together for 33 years. And our shit ended because death did us part. Had nothing to do with divorce or I don't want you no more, you leave type of thing. It's just death do us part. You know? And it was solid because our shit started out like that. It wasn't easy. She made me fucking work for it. And I appreciated that. I wasn't all upset. I learned from the first goddamn time. Well, what you call it? You know, so I know what patience is when it is something that you want. So I'm just saying, don't give yourself up so easy because, you know, next thing you know, they're going to tell their boys about it and shit. Then their boy going to be trying to get with you and shit and then you might break and then do something with Pookie. And that's how that shit happened. Next thing you know, you see all this fucking mayhem and stupidity with all these kids who don't know shit because they don't have nobody to teach them. Their mother don't know shit. Their father don't know shit. That means you create little Pookie, and guess what? He don't know shit. Because y'all don't know shit. Where you got to learn it from? The streets. The streets is his new mother. The streets is his new father. They're the ones who looking out for him now. Not you. And they fall into the hands of somebody else who had that same type of upbringing and they don't know shit. Now you got a group of motherfucking kids who don't know shit. With nobody to lead them. Whatever this person say who's happened to been done, by the way, they follow behind that because they figure he's the strong alpha male in this group because he speaks up a little bit more. He know how to fight better than everybody else. So now he the boss. Now you got to follow that shit. That's how gangs start. That doesn't even make sense. Now I'm talking to you. If you in a gang or just thinking about being in a gang, I get it. Because your father wasn't there. You didn't have that fucking guidance and you feel so alone. Okay, I get it. Don't let that be an excuse. Decide you want to do better. You know, don't want to spend the rest of your life in a fucking cell. You know, and going back and forth to prison and think that's fucking normal. It is not normal to have somebody controlling you to say when you can eat and when you can shit. That's control. And if that's the type of life you want, that's what you're headed for. Think about it. You want your freedom right now to go out here and do what you want to do, kill, ravage, rape, whatever it is you want to do. And you got a free reign to do it. But just think about it. When you get caught with that stupid shit and you go to fucking prison, your reign of terror is fucking over if the system works right to keep you there long enough to make you think. It's a wrap at that fucking point. You can't go out. You can't ravage no more. You can't steal no more. You can't rape no more. You can't do. You got to sit in a fucking 6x9, 23 hours a day, and only an hour of fucking yard time. Who wants to fucking live like that? I think anybody's fucking crazy as hell if that's what you think fucking life is. You know, so you young people, you gotta get this shit together. Y'all gotta snap out of this shit. You gotta stop all this silliness. You have to. Because what you're doing ain't worth for shit. I know some of you young people might come in here and they listen to this right now. Fuck you. You don't know what the fuck you talking about. Well, guess what? I know what the fuck I'm talking about because I'm still here. I ain't dying off at 21 or 19 or being 15 years old because I got shot up in a fucking drive-by or I tried to break in somebody's fucking house. I'm still here. June 8th, 1959, in a few more months, I'll be fucking 60 years old, and I'm still here. You know why I'm still here? Because I'm fucking smart. I don't follow the crowd. I'm a leader. I lead people the way I think they should be led. People look at a strong person, they know when they're being led right. A lot of people who watch me and follow me on YouTube and Periscope and even here, they know that I'm a strong person. I am a leader, and people like leaders. People like leaders who speak truth, who say what's on their mind. They won't lead you down a dark path and reach out and try to help you when they can. That's what a leader is. And that's who I am. And if it wasn't like that, I really believe in my heart that a lot of people wouldn't follow me. I got people who call me every fucking single day from all over the freaking planet and say how much they enjoy me. It's not just the fucking videos, it's just me. Period. And and that means I'm doing something right. For somebody to just, a stranger to call me and say, I feel like I know you. And then when people actually come here, like Ron, come from Pittsburgh when I first met Ron, when he first got here, it's like we was friends for like forever. And I had just met him for the first time. He was really comfortable with me because he knew who I was on YouTube. And I came across the same way when he actually met me. Everybody does when they come down here. Everybody. And I think people should want to go in a positive direction. You should want to be remembered for something worth something. You want somebody to follow you because you are a strong leader and you are saying and doing the right thing. It don't take no genius to tell somebody, come on, follow me, let's go kill somebody. Well, goddamn, I mean, if you do that goddamn weak, because somebody say go kill some fucking body, then I mean, there's no hope for you. All I'm saying is don't be that fucking weak. Like right now, those two fucking guys who were responsible for killing my son, they fucking finally got caught. The day is January the 4th. They got caught January the fucking 2nd into the new year, which is fucking great, which is awesome. Well, the one guy who set it up, he didn't have, I mean, he had a lot to lose now, but he found another stupid motherfucker to say, hey, listen, I want you to go ahead, I want you to kill this guy because I don't want him to testify against me in fucking court. All right, no problem. I got you. Who does that? Think about this. Who does that? At what point that something didn't register in this guy's mind that, that's wrong. I'm going to take somebody's life because he told me to. Because that's my boy. So I'm looking out for my boy. I'm sure my boy will look out for me. That is fucking crazy. Absolutely crazy. And now look, everybody who's been involved is going to prison. It's bittersweet. It's not going to bring my son back. But at the same time, there has been some justice done. And we will start to slowly rebuild our lives as a family. Because it's been hard for me. Really hard for me. It's been really, really hard for my daughter. I mean, really hard for her because her and Royce was real tight. They're like thick as thieves, and she almost had a fucking nervous breakdown, because somebody made the decision to do something for Pookie, and he didn't know this person. Neither one of these guys even knew fucking Royce. That's the crazy thing about it. You go out and kill somebody you don't even fucking know. Somebody that you don't even fucking know. That's crazy. And all this shit started over fucking $500. $500 fucking dollars all this shit started from. Simply because Roy was trying to be fucking nice. And help somebody out. Help a tenant out who was living in the property, which happened to have been Dan's property, by the way. And the guy was going to jail for back child support. Some old crazy shit. 30 days, 60 days, whatever. And he didn't want to fucking lose his place. He told Royce, he asked Royce, can you rent this out to my cousin? So I won't lose my place. Well, Royce didn't say nothing to me about that. Had he told me that, I would have said that's not protocol. But I see he was trying to do something on his own. He's trying to not bother me. He's trying to make a decision, a business decision that he thought that might work out. Because he know that I got a heart. And I look out for people. But there's a way that you look out for people. You got to know what you fucking looking for when you're trying to look out for people. You got to know how to read people sometime. And unfortunately, it didn't happen that way. She came across one way. He said, just give me $500 and you just come in. We don't even charge no fucking just $500 to move in no damn house. You got first, last, security, cleanup fee. You got all that shit a lot of times. A lot of the damn time. And to say, come on in here, just give me $500, you're doing her a massive fucking favor. Well, after being there 3 to almost 4 weeks, I want my money back. You heard me. I want my money back. I don't want to be here no more. I want my money back. Royce, what you talking about? All you did was give me fucking $500 and you just walked in the door. I didn't charge you anything. I'm being nice. What you talking about? It doesn't work that way. But she didn't get that. She didn't understand that. And they went back and forth, that mindset, they went back and forth over the phone over that shit. To the day that she got her cousins involved. That's the killer. The person who set this, the second part of the story who set this up. Well, cousin Pookie, no. Let me take that back. That was his girlfriend. She had kids by him. But they wasn't together like that because he was messing with all types of women. Well, he won't give me my money back. Oh, for real, for real? And so they go back and forth over the phone over this situation, over this fucking $500. Till one day Royce was leaving out of the office. And the car pulled up with 3 guys, him being the other one. I don't know who the other 2 guys was to this day. So, but the main guy they just caught, he gets out and they start fighting immediately. Started fighting Royce. Well, Royce was holding his own, so the second guy jumped in. He seemed to still be holding his own a little bit because Royce is a scrapper. So when the third guy fucking jumped in, all 3 of these guys beating up on my son. Now, I wasn't there. And that's when he knew I'm overpowered, whatever the fuck, right? So they take his car keys, go in his pocket. I think Royce said he had $60 in his pocket and took his fucking money and said, when you give the money back, you can get your car back. How brazen. That's what I'm saying. A lawless town in another 30, 40 years, that's what you're going to fucking see unless something is done about it. And to make a long story short, we end up setting those guys up some type of way because they knew we was riding deep when we was trying to get Roy's car back. So they was uncomfortable. So they pulled in front of the police station. Well, my brother was with me that day. He was one of the persons who was with us. But they're not knowing that we got a police officer with us too, which happened to be my brother. So when they pulled in front of the 10th Precinct Police Station, which they got a video clip of that, my brother called in and said, hey, the people that carjacked my nephew, we are outside now. And watch the video. It's like a brief 12, 13-second video. We see the police running out of the station and running across the street to surround his fucking car. And he was one of the guys. So he ended up, going to jail for that minute until they figured this out. And the girl. So they're both going back and forth to trials and trying to see if they can beat this, because now the girl who actually set this up, they charged her initial charge of carjacking, even though she didn't do it. She taught the Pookie to do it, so they gave her the same charge, and that's how that ended up happening. So she ended up doing 3 to 15. They gave her 3 to 15, so she's still in prison right now. That's the first girl. Now, after that girl, let me see. She was the first girl. And then you got the second girl who got involved down the road. That Crystal Ann Begley, the white girl that this guy was kicking it with. So he's kicking it with both these chicks. And he knew that he had this shit charge over his head. He knew that he had to go back and forth to court in reference to Royce, because they turned that into a carjacking and extortion charge. See, he was so goddamn stupid. He didn't realize when he jumped on my son, it turned to assault. When you took his money out of his pocket, that turned into theft. See, now we get into some legal shit that he wasn't thinking about. And then when you say when you get the money back, you get your car back, extortion. When you get this back, it just happens. So he got hit with carjacking charge, extortion charge, and they both did. By that time, she got sentenced first, so she got 3 to 15. Now he's supposed to go back and forth. Now, when we heard the original court documents in court, by the time we moving forward with this, he going back and forth. He calls Crystal. The police did a great job catching all this record. He calls Crystal calls him, and he raising hell. He raised him. Matter of fact, he was in jail. He was in jail for a minute. facing this other shit. He said, I'm going to have to get me another fucking lawyer because them motherfuckers trying to make me do 10 to 20 for a carjacking. Fuck that. Fuck that. So you heard that we heard this shit in the court. So his solution to it, because they had a court date on the 28th, he got with Pookie and said, I want you to kill this guy. He said, but I got to turn myself in. I heard all this in court through Crystal. I got to turn myself in. So when I'm in, I can have an alibi. When you do what you do, I'll have an alibi. I was in jail. That's how that shit went. Ain't this deep? That's how that shit went. And so when he knew he was in, and that's when he said, well, get with my girl, and she'll take you over there to do what you do. So she got that stupid motherfucker involved, Crystal. And she said it in court, where she had to go and hear all this shit and hear these fucking plans. And the guy called and say, hey, all right, you ready to do this? Yeah, well, come on, pick me up at such and such and such and such. She picks him up, and they fucking just ride around the block several times until they see him come out. Until they see him, here's our chance. When they see him come out and shit, he was changing the tire. He had his friend over, changing her tire. And this is the time. This guy changing the fucking tire. Let's pull up on him. Pull up on him. He gets out. He does what he do and get back in the car. Now, meanwhile, Crystal is talking to old boy on the phone. He called her, Colette, from jail. And I guess he's calling to see if it was done, to throw some fucking cold signs up or something, because it's ironic. He called like 3 minutes after that guy did what he did. It was kind of, the timing was incredible when I heard the recordings and stuff. And she said, hello? Yeah, how you doing? She's all calm and shit. And then she got frantic. You hear her voice get real fucking frantic. Oh my God, oh my God. So you hear old boy get in the car and said, he knew he was talking to her. He said, she can't talk now, bro. She can't talk now, bro. And the phone went dead. The phone went dead. So this is a crazy story. I mean, it really is. It's still unfolding. I'm glad they got these guys, and they're going back and forth to, they got to go through the process too. Pre-trial and jury selection, the whole 9 yards. So we got to relive all this bullshit all over again. But, it is what it is. It's part of, unfortunately, it's part of my life. It's part of what's been going on. And you guys have been here with me through everything that I've been through in my life, from me losing my wife, losing Dave the cameraman, and now my son. I mean, I've just been through so much, but I've really been holding my head up. Hoping that this generation can fucking change. This generation can change. That somebody can break the chain some fucking where. And so we can get back on track the way things are supposed to. Because if we don't, we as a society is doomed. Fucking doomed. And the inner cities will, trust me, become the new prison. This is Shay from the SHEA Show, SHEA Show Real Talk. Also, check me out over there on YouTube as I do that house thing, mess around with Pookie, them, and people in these evictions. Oh my God, I'm going to this other eviction later about over at Leroy's place with Miss Mommy Makeover. Oh my God. I'm gonna say this real quick. She did a video today on Facebook. I didn't want to go in. I said, let me just wait till she get off, and I'll watch the replay. So I went in and watched the replay. I don't know where she was. Remember, she had just got evicted yesterday, so she's doing a video wherever the hell she is now. She seems to be moved around in the fucking in the house and shit. Like, just it looked trashy already. I don't know what situation she got into or where she at. And she got on Facebook. She said, "Hey y'all, what's going on?" I'm sitting here, I'm listening at this shit. I'm waiting for her to say that, Mr. Woods put her ass out, right? She said, "Yeah, I had a tragedy yesterday." I'm sitting here listening. I said a tragedy, and I just kind of got to smirking and laughing and shit, talking about the tragedy, because she didn't want to tell the people her tragedy was a fucking eviction. Well, I had a tragedy yesterday, and and I lost all my furniture, so I got to go and get some more stuff so I can go ahead and start back all over again. But it's okay, it's okay, things happen, it is what it is, but I had a tragedy. And I'm sitting here just laughing my ass off at this point because he said tragedy. He said, oh, by the way, here's the mindset, I went to the dollar store today, y'all. And I got this. Let me show you what I got. Let me show you what I got. And she shows this bag. It's like some type of accessory bag. It had like a little blanket. It had some scissors. Was that scissors? No, it had forks, spoons, and knives. It's just like you go out for fucking camping or something. And she's making a really big deal. She's showing every compartment on this damn thing. And she said she went to the fucking dollar store. I'm not dollar store, the Goodwill. And I ain't ashamed to say I went to the Goodwill and I got me something. I'm saying, damn. How the fuck is she focused on that type of shit? She just got put out in the fucking street. Don't that mean something? You just put out in the street. Your shit was put in the fucking dumpster. Did that not wake you up to say, I need to do something different with my fucking life? You know what? Let me stop. Because this thing is getting to be like 36 seconds. 36 minutes. And I can go on a tangent. Because oh my God, I can talk for the next fucking hour easy on all types of shit. But I just don't want to I don't want to bore you guys. So that's why I try to give you some of the SHEA Show Real Talk in doses and not all at one time. Because you probably couldn't consume it. Because it gets kind of deep for me sometime too. All right, this is Shay from the SHEA Show. And this time I am gone. Check me out on Periscope. Oh, let me say this, see? I done lost my damn mind. I'm sitting here still talking. I said twice I was going to try to get off here. We're trying to put together a SHEA Show birthday bash this June for my birthday, June 8th, 2019, for the 7th, 8th, and the 9th. I know Nicole has something on her flyer that says the 10th, but there's no 10th unless you're just hanging around and that's on you. That's Monday. So my birthday falls on the Saturday. So what we're trying to do, we're trying to get a head count. For what I understand, it's only like 25 people say yay so far. I'm trying to get a head count of anybody who thinks they might want to come down. So if you're watching this right now, you can make a comment right here and say, yeah, I'm in. Here's my email address. Or what's your email address? I'll put you in touch with Nikki, her email address. Matter of fact, she might be here right now. Matter of fact, I'm certain she's listening right now. She didn't fall asleep yet. She will put an email address in the link below or in the comments somewhere where you guys can email her and tell her I intend to come and blah 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 and it's going to be a $25 non-refundable fee when you apply. It's going to be a lot of shit going on here. We're going to have a good time, but that's only because we're trying to make certain that we don't get beside ourselves, ahead of ourselves too much when it comes to like catering. We tell to cater 100 people or 70 people and stuff, and then everybody back out. There's no money, no table and shit. Then I gotta foot the whole thing. So if somebody don't mind losing $25 to come down to just $25, let's say donate it to Pookie Bar and Grill or whatever the hell it is, and so that way we'll have everything together because it'll be really nice to do something like that. I mean, Rosette is the one who actually started this. She started the first time like 4 or 5 years ago, and now she want to try it again. So this is actually her idea. I didn't think about this. I didn't bring it. I ain't thought two ways about this shit. I really haven't. I never made a big deal out of birthdays ever in my fucking life. I had 2 birthdays in my life when I was 32 and I was 40, and my wife gave me both of them. That was the only 2 parties I ever had in my life. So just to show you that I really don't, and I really didn't care about it then. They supposed to have been surprises and shit. So I really didn't care one way or the other. You know what? I did have one more. My daughter and Royce put together a surprise party for me. So when I came back to my house, I seen all these fucking cars on the street. I said, what the fuck? I thought them people across the street had a lot of company again and shit. I walk in my house, all these people in my damn house. So I really appreciated that. And a lot of family, pretty much. A lot of family. And Norma was there. Norma, who watches me, she lives on the east side and follows me. And she was there. I didn't even know who Norma was because I never really actually met her. But my daughter reached out and said, well, this is the person who followed him to me, invite her. And so when I went to my screen room, I seen people sitting down and eating and stuff. It was Norma, her husband, and her son. And at first I thought she was my cousin because she looked so much like my cousin Coco. Hey, what's up? And I started talking like if she was Coco, and I realized, I said, who the hell is this? This ain't Coco. She said, Shay, I'm Norma. I follow you. Yes. Oh, okay. But we had a really great time, and to this day, Norma and I are friends. And she's actually going to help try to be part of this as well because she's here on the ground. After talking to Nicole, I think she's going to try to get with her and Roberto, since they both here on the ground. Things that might need to be done on the end where Rosette, who's in the valley somewhere in California, also with Nicole's also in California on the other side. So it's not like they can actually be here. They're trying to put a lot of stuff together, but they're not actually here. So you need people, boots on the ground, to try to put something like this together. So we'll have a great time if it comes down to it. We're talking about doing a big meet and greet, I want to say Friday. So everybody can get comfortable, like, hey, I'm Pookie. Hey, I'm Pooquisha. Yeah, I see you make comments all the time. And then Saturday, like maybe some type of tour, or somebody decide they want to do something different, because you're going to be in the heart of downtown. We're trying to get a hotel downtown. Or we get like a tour bus and take us around, a school bus, actually what Nicole said. Like a school bus, and take us around the historical areas in Detroit and, a lot of nice places in Detroit. And we'll also go down some of those streets you see in my videos. You might even get a chance to get out and be in a SHEA Show video in a vacant house. How about that? And then a 70s party that night. Do a little dance, make a little love, get down tonight. A 70s party. And come out with your best 70s outfit. And we have a great time. Got a DJ who's really great with the old school shit. And we just going to have a great time all night long. And then Sunday, a big barbecue at Belle Isle. And everybody just sitting there, just chilling, listening to the music. We had a DJ out there. We got the grill going. I hear Cameron and Joan from Clearwater, Florida should be coming and stuff. So Cameron said he'll be on the grill with me. So we're going to have a good old time. So get with Nicole. See if there's any interest. Say, hey, I'm thinking about want to come. Remember, this is January the 4th right now, 2019. We're talking about June 8th. So that's a little time, but it's creeping up on us fast. So if you're interested, get with Nicole, and we'll go from there. Now I got to really go, because it's like 43 minutes. Shay from the SHEA Show, and we'll see you at the next location.